serve you apples. They give you like one apple and a fucking cereal box like this. Like this kind of remind me. You gotta put the milk in there
on a big ass tray. They give you a big ass tray with a little box of cereal and an apple.
How are the jails in the West Coast? Is it like the difference in like taking care of people? Is all fucked up?
One day we be waiting on is they serve us pancakes and bologna, right? And then one day they serve you pork and beans and weenies.
Nah.
And them is like the highlight days. You know what I'm saying? When the pork and beans and weenies day, everybody is in line ready to get their grub on. Pancakes and bologna, breakfast. Nobody missed that day.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The combinations is crazy, but once you in there, it just becomes good. It's like, damn, bologna and pancakes, this shit off the hook.
It's crazy how you respect certain things when you're locked up, and then when you come out, even though you're rich as fuck, there's a different way you view like value in certain little things. Like, because when you locked up, they don't care how much money you got. You locked up.
No, you gonna eat with weed. You gonna appreciate the finer things in life.
Damn, man. In Africa, how's it out there in South Africa with the jails and shit?
I have no idea. I've never been anywhere near that.
For real? You never got locked up before?
No, never.
Good job. Great job. Great job.
Away from that, though.
Great job. Great job. Give me some on that.
It's a blessing to see that even till now, you still kicking ass with music, and you don't even give a fuck what's going on. You're in your own circle, right? You're not caring about like chasing features, and everything is organic.
Everything gotta feel good. If I reach out to you and ask you to be a part of the record, it's because you're family. If I don't ask out, to reach out, it's probably because I want to do a solo song, or I'm just not in the need of having a feature or whatnot. But I just love just being able to do what I like doing and nobody telling me that I can't do it. Because when you get so far in this industry where they feel like, it's a cap on your career, like you're not supposed to be rapping at 49 years old, you're not supposed to be doing all of these business ventures at the age you at, but when you do it in a perspective of having fun and showing others how to get it, then it's appreciated.
Yes. And the way I like the fact that you appreciate it in your new album, you respect like where you were influenced by. Like you repping fucking Boogie Down Productions and the videos. You got fucking. He's the biggest artist in South Africa, by the way. He's been co-hosting. He did.
Have you been out there? You've been out there, right?
Yeah, of course, man.
I've been to South Africa.
Have you met any of like our legends like Nelson Mandela or something like that?
No, I haven't met. I never met Nelson Mandela. Actually, when I was going to meet him, it took me to jail. I got stopped in London. It was like a sabotage where they froze me from going there. And they put me in jail for a few days and locked my crew up, and then I had to reschedule and all that. I think it was a sabotage because they didn't want two kings to meet.
Yeah.
But I think our spirits are connected, so I'm doing the work that he would have been doing at this age, and you know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like that. When certain people, are put on this earth, they gotta pass the baton to the next man to run with it, to run with the work. The ones before us, they did their job. They did as much as they could. Now it's our job to go as far as we can. So when we pass it off to y'all, your generation,
we do the same.
Y'all keep running.
Always pass the road backwards.
Bro, you were like bugged out back then. The infamous Source magazine where you were like, yo, East Coast ain't giving me no fucking. You're like known for that, like.
Yeah, cause I love the East Coast so much. So it's like when you, it's like if you love a girl, right, and you showing her all the love and you doing all the great things for her, and she like looks at you like, is that all? And you like, well, hold on, bitch, you don't love me? I done bought you all this shit and took you here and introduced you to my mama and my friends and shit, and what's happening? You don't love me? Damn.
But you ever seen back at that? Like, that's just like the most iconic moment in hip hop. It's like everything you do has an iconic stamp in the hip hop like calendar.
You know what's crazy? Me and Dr. Dre stood back on that stage like 20 years after that shit. I think we had did something in New York at Madison Square Garden when we stood right on that stage. And it was like, it was a rehearsal we was doing and wasn't nobody in the audience, and we kind of like reenacted that shit again.
Nah.
I swear.
Yo, a lot of people don't know that, yo. That's crazy.
That shit was historic, man. See, what people didn't know was, at that time, New York was completely separated. It was like, we didn't know that. We thought New York was all New York. We didn't know that it was Staten Island and Brooklyn and Harlem and Queens and the Bronx. And we thought all that shit was New York. And that night it was all separated until that event. When Suge said what he said, all of New York became one. Them niggas Voltron. Like,
What?
exact. That's why I had to say what I had to say, because in the beginning it was just like, some niggas was fucking with Death Row, some niggas was fucking with Wu-Tang, fucking with Bad Boy, fucking with whatever the fuck. But then when that shit was said, it was like, oh, it's New York.
And they stood up too, right?
What's happening? It's New York.
Nah.
Nigga, we was like, what's happening? It's California. And I'm looking at this shit like, uh-oh, my niggas ain't gonna back down. They not gonna back down. Somebody gotta be the bridge to understand it.
Wow. R.I.P. man, Shock G, man. Speaking of Tupac, without him, there would be no Tupac.
Off top.
We lost a lot of, we're losing like a lot of legends, man. I already told the other day, man, I refuse. I mean, I don't know if you have a clone or whatever, but you better act like a clone, man. I'm not trying to hear fucking you passing away. Because that's the day, I swear to God, I'm going to be gone for like a year. Like, I'm going to be gone from hip hop. Like traumatizing. You know, you ever looked at yourself like that? Like, you know, if you leave here, this whole world is fucked.
No, I know one day I'm gonna have to, you
Yeah.
know, but until then I'm gonna try to leave enough, you know, here to where you'll never get enough of it, you know what I'm saying, and where it's like I'm still here. That's probably why I do so much. That's probably why I work so hard. And I feel like I gathered that spirit from Tupac, because being around him before Death Row and being around him on Death Row. Before Death Row, I would watch him and I would see him do moves. On Death Row, I got a chance to see up close and personal his work ethic and how he outworked everybody on Death Row and everybody in the industry. How he shot all those fucking movies and did all those videos and all those records in that 6-month window. He was only on the streets for 6 fucking months. He was only on the streets for 6 months.
Out of jail, straight to the studio.
Straight to the lab, going to court with me, fighting my case gets won, win my case, finish his record, shoot this movie, shoot that movie, shoot these videos, do this Machiavelli album, do this shit, rap on this album, do this.
Tupac is iconic anywhere. You know, that's the only thing about Biggie. Biggie is known or whatever, but Tupac is like iconic, and like especially like they look at him as like if Tupac can make it, I'm in Africa, I'm broke as fuck, poor, I'm in a fucked up situation, I can make it. You come to Africa and they see you performing, yo, I can make it. You know, like.
Well, that's the embodiment of the struggle. Like Biggie had the same struggle as us, but it just wasn't told. You know, his success looked like he from New York, and that's the Mecca, and you're supposed to rise to success. But he had the same story we had, as far as like he had to struggle and sell drugs and, you know, climb up the ladder of, you know, being the dopest rapper in New York. He wasn't always the dopest rapper in New York. He started off as a regular rapper in New York. There was people way higher than him. But his struggle pushed him in his penmanship to the king of New York. This nigga was the king of New York, hands down. Ain't no question about it. And before him, there may have been, you know, a few other names you could mention, but when he came, there was no other names to mention but his. Period, point blank. And a lot of people don't see the struggle because they don't understand the whole dynamics of rap. Every rapper that makes it to the top has a struggle. That's in order to become successful.
DMX, we lost DMX, man. Your last verses was a classic, by the way, hands down. I'm so happy at least we got to see that. And I'm one of the lucky ones to actually talk to DMX a couple weeks before he passed away too. Like, how did you react to stuff like that? Like, I know he was like one of your idols and shit.
That's my dog, man. And you know, the beauty of our relationship is I got a chance to like really get close to him and know him. And I feel like I'm gonna cry one day, but right now I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating his life and all the love and all of the things that he left us, the jewels that he left us, all of the videos and the words and the spirit and the scriptures and the advice and the knowledge that he left us that's never gonna die. And the way he lived and the way he gave more to people who needed than he gave to himself. He would pray for you before he prayed for himself.
Yep.
You understand me? So to me, that I celebrate that. I celebrate the beauty of knowing that we had somebody that walked this earth, that did it the right way, and somebody's gonna be inspired to continue that legacy, grab the baton, and do exactly what he's doing. Because when he was doing it, it wasn't nobody doing it. Wasn't nobody grabbing the mic in the middle of their show,
Praying and shit.
praying for the whole audience, and then rocking the motherfucking crowd out. Like nobody was doing that.
Like 100,000 people. You saw the festivals he was doing?
Man,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you, homie, I ran the rap game from 1992, 93, 94. 95, I say, Bad Boy came in, and Biggie and started swinging shit their direction. 96, we got it back because Tupac was with us, but Bad Boy was swinging right along with us. 97, Bad Boy Puffy had his solo shit rolling, and then they thing like slid off because some motherfuckers called the Rough Riders game. And that nigga DMX came, he had the game at the end of 97, 98, and 99. I'm telling you this because I know it. The whole game was his.
Yo, Snoop don't play, man. Snoop tell it like it is.
That's history for your ass, right?
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus.
Yeah. Chronological order.
Gang signs, you shout out Obama smoked with you. Obama, our ex-president, the most loved president of the United States, not Trump. You smoke weed with your boy. I know Trump used to fuck with us back in the days before the racism and shit. Remember, I don't know him. I had him on the show. You know what I'm saying? I had him on my show for like hours. Turn it up. He became like a racist. I don't understand this guy.
Right?
How you become a racist?
Overnight.
This motherfucker became a racist like overnight. But anyway, you smoking weed, is that like a fact, or that's just some cool ass funny shit? Or I mean, he did say he smoked. I mean,
you gotta go get the album, and you gotta listen to my tone and my delivery, right? If you listen to my tone and my delivery and my enunciation, you'll understand if it is or if it ain't. That's up to you to decide. Mm-hmm. It's on you.
I brought up 50 Cent, and you are out in Atlanta. We are live in Atlanta, by the way. And my boy here, I know you got an ill role in BMF. And is it true that 50's directing, or he's just...
Hand me that thing that say BMF over there.
Yeah, Robbie, where's it at, man? Get that shit. You look at Robbie. Robbie's like, what the fuck?
See that thing say BMF? Man. My boy Curtis Jackson is directing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look, yo, Pastor Swift. Oh. You are, yo, this guy's gonna be a pastor.
That's crazy. I never expected.
Is it a cheat code because you know him and you guys are friends and it'll be easier to work, like, or is it still like, you gotta put your A game? You've done countless ill movies. That's classics and shit.
I think 50's so professional now to where it's like, it ain't personal, it's business. And I think we got a personal relationship, but I think this is strictly business. I think he knows that for what he's delivering as far as with this show, that he wants the best actors and the best people qualified for this shit, and give me the opportunity is showing me that he wants to do great business with me, because a little birdie told me that he was supposed to play this role, and he decided to give it to me based off of him knowing that it would be a better look for me to play this role than him, and for him to direct it. So that's what a little birdie told me. I don't know if there's any birds in the house. What are the birds?
There's a lot of birds in there.
There's a bird. Somebody give me a bird, a little birdie.
You got another interview about to come up. So I'm not, the next Triller Boxing is June 5th, man. And I heard Holyfield. I see he finally got in contact with you. Yeah. He actually, I think his son hit me up. He was like, yo, I need to get with Mike Tyson and Snoop and everybody doing that Triller. So definitely June 5th.
June 5th
is the next one.
Yeah, real deal. And if Holyfield coming back, he getting back in the ring. We got Ortiz is fighting too. There's a couple of good fights.
Mayweather is fighting like Logan Paul that night too.
Yeah, that fight should be fast, but I'm talking about our shit over on Triller is gonna be an event. You understand me? We're gonna have musical performances. Yeah. I think we got J Balvin coming out. Wow. Have a little bit of, Rick Ross, I think he said he wanted to come out, the City Girls. I don't know. We're gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna make this thing do what it's supposed to do. You understand me?
Jake Paul's a cool motherfucker, man. I hang with him like crazy. Why you hating on him, man? Why
they don't know him? They don't know him. You like, if you don't know him, you just, getting a visual picture of a guy that's talking shit and, backing it up. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to find out about him, see how he get out, see what type of person he is. He a cool motherfucker. I fuck with him.
You mad that you didn't get your $2 million? That bet that supposedly rumored is from the last Triller fight. What's up with that?
Don't worry about nothing. Like I said, as long as a motherfucker owe me, I'll never be broke.
Dana White, you hear that shit? R.I.P. to Black Rob too. We lost him also.
That was my nigga. When I had a club performance in Queens back in the days, my nigga pulled up on me. He came through. He pulled up. That's when he was a young rapper. He pulled up like about 6, 7 deep. He came and showed me love. Jesus. Always been my family.
And final question, this you own Indigo. You want to put that out there?
Yes, sir. Indigo.
He is the owner. This is the only guy I know that does fucking. He does like not to mention does he own this, but he's on other alcoholic commercials. I see him in like Fucking
Corona, 19 crimes.
You're the only way that can do that. You can do other commercials for other liquors, but then you own your own wine and you own your own fucking liquor, which is crazy.
Hey
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
it's a business. It's called, being a conglomerate, being an entrepreneur, trying to figure out ways to diversify your portfolio and not just be one thing, but be all things. And you don't have no limits to what you can do. And we got to know that. We got to know that we don't just have to be a great rapper and that's it. You could be a great businessman, a great, marketing, promotion guy. You can be a great brand ambassador, great commentator, a great host, great football coach, great grandfather, great mentor, all of the above. Just work on your greatness.
Yo, I got my strain coming out, Houdini. I need you to test it. I don't want it to look.
You got some on it right now?
I don't want. Nah, I don't got. I don't even
nigga,
well,
you got a strain
I don't
coming
want
out,
to use you like
got
you're a
none
crackhead or something. You know,
Well,
you use
nigga, I am
test
the
it.
weedologist, nigga. Shit. I ain't gonna talk about it and ain't got none on you. Yeah, you know I got my shit. It'll be out in a minute. I just want to get you ready for it when it do come out.
Yo,
Well, nigga, see, my shit is ready.